If you got a chance, take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it, 'cause a dream won't chase you back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong and as close as you can, till you can.
We've just sailed across the Italian border from France into Italy. Red building over here is the one which kind of marks the border. And as you can see, flat sea, blue sea, no wind. So engine on again, and we are looking for somewhere to anchor. It doesn't seem to be too many places along this coast, this immediate next section where we can anchor, so that is the next challenge. Free mooring, because the port that is in Ventimiglia has been taken over by the Monaco ports, and they're charging the same kind of rate, so they can do one. We're not paying that, thank you very much. €135 a night. And so we're looking for free anchorages this afternoon. This first peninsula, we're coming round to San Remo. We don't know if we can stay here. Still haven't found any anchorages. So we've got another situation of blocked holding tank. We've already had blocked toilet number 2, but now the holding tank's blocked. So Stuart's trying to go in through the out valve from the dinghy and see if he can dislodge anything. And that is, so the first port of call. After that, we'll be having to siphon out the holding tank, which we didn't even realise was blocked until this morning, when there was a delightful smell, and we found that it was full and seeping out through the air vent into the sea, not into the boat. But even so, all a bit precarious, and obviously another hideous job. As you can see, there's no other boats, so we're a bit perplexed why the guidebook is saying you'll be lucky to get in any of the marinas, because it's absolutely chock-a-block in July and August. There's no one here. Look at this. There's one other boat by the coast that I think has just come out the marina, and there's us. So anyway, I'd rang a marina this morning and got us in. I can't remember what they call this. You know what I'm like, I don't know where I am or what it's called. But somewhere in Italy, and they've got a marina space for us, no problem. So we'll see what happens when we land in there. Something called Maurizio, I think. Anyway, we'll see. Right, just to complete the block toilet scenario, where we'd got up to was Stuart had drained the tank out while we were at anchor. So the tank was clear and we needed something to unblock it with. So during a trip to Lidl this morning, Stuart found this device, which is a big long silver snaky with a handle that you twist and turn, and look, that thing spins round. So we've just done a little experiment. This is again all on the front of the quay while all the passers-by are going on. He's just popped the roddy thing in the top of the tank, rodded it, twisted it and what have you, and the blockage seems to have unblocked itself. Is that right, Stuart?
Yeah, it seems to have. It has unblocked itself.
Ah, it has unblocked. So it is unblocked. So the toilet is now unblocked without having to do anything too ghastly. Is that right?
This incidental find, this tool, costs €5. It was the best Lidl I've ever been to in my life, and it's the best €5 I've ever spent in my life. Bearing in mind, if it hadn't worked, I'd have had to take all the pipes to pieces, and the accessibility was significantly worse than the other exercise. So I'm delighted. I'm actually going to have a beer now.
So we've had a lovely evening at anchor next to this island here where you can see a couple of boats. Island's uninhabited, private island, so you can't go ashore. But beautiful island and anchorage. Turquoise warm water. It was absolutely beautiful to swim in last night. And then over on the mainland at midnight, we experienced a nightclub till 5:30 this morning. Now, I'm going to sound like my nana here, saying, oh, it wasn't tuneful music. It wasn't. It was that awful rap music till 5:30. And I don't know how those poor residents over that side put up with that every weekend. It was a nightmare. But you can see the distance between the two. It's not next door. We're not just whinging because the bar's got like sort of a bit of loud music on. It was unreal. Just lovely little towns and villages, with mountains for a backdrop, all the way along as far as the eye can see. This is, you know, what we've had. And the great part for us is it's not crowded. There's hardly any boats here at all. So you're not fighting for space, jockeying for position, doing the wacky races. It's lovely. It's just so quiet. So we've just had a nice evening out round town and come back on board, had a nice steak for dinner that we were all nicely sat on deck and filmed some of the lightning as it was coming in over the mountains. And now Storm Bastards broke out. We've had to abandon the dinner and finish that off very quickly. And now we just sat on deck thinking, what the fuck's going on? Stuart's just informed me that we haven't got anything to earth the boat, so should lightning strike the boat, apparently we're going to fry. So I think I'll have another glass of wine. Isn't that right, Stuart? Your comforting words, we're going to fry? Yeah. So here we are, sat on deck watching the storm.
So we've got 30 knots of wind now, and lightning, fork lightning that's hitting the sea.
Yeah, fork lightning hitting the sea, 30 knot Jesus, 30 knots of wind. And then very funny, I've got Italian radio on so I can learn Italian, and AC/DC Thunderstruck's come on, so I think I've got a new little soundtrack for this next section. We're just passing Genoa. We decided to pass it and not stop because big industrial type of place and port full of, you know, like industrial docks and a fag on to get into port, blah blah. And when we do finally get there, Stuart's not that keen on going round cities, so I went, forget it, I'll save myself from that pain. So we are headed to round that pointy mountain thing over there. The other side of that is Portofino, which I'm very excited about. Because Dior made a perfume of it years ago, which is one of my favourite perfumes. And it'll be nice to go to the place where they made the perfume after. So Stuart doesn't know yet that it's like a shishi type of place. and he doesn't like those either. The wind got up just on this peninsula before Portofino. We've been doing 6 knots. We feel like we have woken up from being in a coma. We haven't sailed properly for weeks now because there's just been no wind. We've had to motor everywhere. And coming down this peninsula is absolutely marvellous. It's just dropped to 4 knots, so it's not quite the same. We're just arriving in Portofino. Stuart's complaining why anyone would want to come here. It is a bit wacky races and a bit of mayhem. I don't think we'll be staying here. It is tiny. That's probably why it was popular in the first place. Right, I best go sort Stuart out. He's not going to be happy with this in the slightest. Portofino was the biggest disappointment I have ever visited. It was a beautiful, pretty place, but just full of knobs, and that included all the people who worked there as well. I have never seen anything like it, and we were that fed up and that disgusted at it that we left without even having a drink, and I would never go back. The next section along the coast was the Cinque Terre, but after our experience in Portofino, we decided, stuff that, we're not going there either, and being ripped off and hugely disappointed. So we just sailed past it and looked at it from the sea. Looked like mountains and everywhere else we'd been, to be perfectly honest. But we were quite happy not going there. I have to say, this is not Stuart's usual style, nipping through a gap in the rocks. But for some reason he's going for it. It's reasonable depth to start with, about 15 metres I think. And it goes down to about 3 in the middle. And we draw 2 metres. So this is going to be an arse quencher. I'm busy doing some work and I've just turned around and seen these unbelievable mountains behind us. They have definitely got Mountain of the Entire Trip award. We think the white stuff is chalk, can't be snow. Quick search on Google, it is the Alpi Apuani National Park, and there are marble quarries, so I was right with the limestoney bit, and obviously all that white stuff is limestoney stuff, and there's a whole load of hiking and all that stuff that you do in the mountains going on over there. But very, very nice. Well, in case you've missed our Stuart, poor Stuart, carrying his bags, he's got a bit laden down here in Elba, coming back from the mini mart, and he's carrying them all, and I'm not carrying anything. And today we had an expedition. We hired a scooter, which didn't go very well. As we found out when we got back, the back tyre was flat, and Stuart was having trouble controlling it, and he thought it was me pissing around on the back, but apparently it wasn't. So I didn't film any of that because it was nerve-wracking the whole time, so I didn't dare film it, to be honest.
Expedition through the Elba Alps with 1,001 hairpin bends, with a moped with a completely flat back tyre that kept spinning round into the oncoming traffic. Fantastical. Anyway, I've got to walk back to the with a dinghy to look forward to.
We've just come round the corner to it's not even really an anchorage, it's just a little tiny covey thing where we can moor the dinghy up, like drop the anchor on the dinghy and have a little swim. And I wanted to go somewhere where there was nobody else, so we found this little place, and I'm just going to show you the dinghy mooring setup because we've only done this once before, so I'll just talk you through what we're doing here. Stuart, what we're doing here?
This is called an anchor. It's a grapple anchor. It's prongs on it. So this has to embed in the sand or the rock. Got to loosen that off. So I've just tied a rope to it. A bit of chain so the anchor falls on the seabed. The chain lays the anchor flat, and the rope then obviously attaches to the dinghy. The chain and the rope are broad. I suspect we've got probably 3 or 4 meters here.
We can see the bottom. Oh look, you probably see that quite clearly there.
So what we're going to do is tie the rope to the dinghy, hopefully.
That's the dinghy rope, the black one. Stuart's the king of knots. As we know, I'm not very good with them. I can do 1 or 2. So as you can see, once again, a bit of faffing. Yeah, it is, it's stones. That's alright, isn't it? It's not like jagged rocks, shipwreck rocks. Need to go forwards a bit, I think. Here's me saying they're not shipwreck rocks. I think they very much are shipwreck rocks up there. What are you doing, taking it all up? Yeah, as I thought, we're going a bit. It's a bit close to these rocks here for my liking. So we're confident the dinghy's holding. I'm in line with that little white umbrella up there as I'm sat on the front of it like this for now. So that's holding and we're all okay. So Stuart is whacking his flippers on and his masky thing, and he's just gone in. So off he's gone over there.
Chase it, 'cause a dream won't chase you back.